Hello everyone, let's welcome you all in the another episode of Leather and Footwear TALK organized by Footwear Exchange on the occasion of Leather International Trade Fair, LEATHERTECH 2024. And today we have Mr. Afzal Hossain with us on this discussion. And just an introduction of Mr. Afzal Hossain. Mr. Afzal Hossain is a veteran leather technologist. He is also wearing the hat of former LWG Auditor. He is also active and supporting the leather industries in terms of the engagement as an expert for several international and local agencies. He also stood a member as an expert of different policy development committees and initiatives for Bangladesh. Good afternoon, Mr. Afzal. How are you?
Thank you so much. I am fine.
Yes, we are delighted to have you in this discussion, and your host, Asadun Noor, will be with you along the entire discussion. So thank you, Mr. Afzal, for your kind presence with us. And should we start our discussion?
My pleasure.
Thank you. So, to be very specific and up to the point, you are being working with the leather industry for, I should say, a few decades, at least 2 decades. I know.
30 years.
Oh, more than 2 decades. So, how do you foresee the overall transformation of leather industry from your lens or your perception, if I should allow?
Thank you. It's very difficult to explain in a word. See, the history of leather sector in Bangladesh is of many years. It's like of 70 years. We are improving, but the steps are too slow. And for that, the question raised, no, we are not able to be very compatible with the international standards, not in the quality of the leather, but quality of the certification, quality of the environment, respect to the environment and future view. And for me, it's like, no, slow moving for the improvement and changes. This is the maybe I can speak about. If you say we are not moving, I am right. If you say we are moving, but it may be too slow to catch the train of the development of the world. We are a little behind of the speed.
Oh, thank you. If I can summarize and share my perspective on your insightful inputs on this. So we are having some pros and cons throughout the transformation of this industry. And as you all know that this industry is a very traditional and conventional in terms of its processing. And if I am not wrong, including the first generation industry owners, and the perception from the European buyers or any other buyers is changing day by day. So as a whole, we need to shift our mindset and our practice and our vision towards the development of this industry. Oh, thank you for the first round of introduction of this industry. How do you evaluate the entire transformation or the efforts of this transformation from the private sector and the government sector, as well as the development partners, in your way to have a sustainable leather sector, of course, at least to secure the most compatible industry, having a great value addition for the entire economy, as well as you can also expect or spot some light on the employment studies or employment arena of this sector.
See, leather sector in Bangladesh is having a lot of advantage. See, in business point of view, Bangladesh garments, because of our available skilled and dedicated labor, we are doing much better than any other countries around the world for this garment sector. So in the same way, we have a good premises for leather production. We have our premium quality raw materials. Since we are religiously Muslim and we have available of raw materials, workers are dedicated, we have a comfort zone of production, but in respect to environment, we have overlooked the transformation from Hazaribagh to Himayatpur. It remain almost the same scenario of Hazaribagh. Maybe it looks nice, but in respect to environment, no. The kind of technical involvement, kind of dedication, kind of respect to the pollution, kind of management for the water, kind of management for the solid waste is been overlooked, I should say. And in a whole, if I say no, the kind of dedication, commitment to the industry, commitment to the business, commitment to the environment is been missing the way it has been transferred. And for this reason, no, still we are not able to do the best on our leather marketing or on the leather based footwear or in the goods. At the same time, no, if you see the growth of shoe factories, growth of leather goods factories are much ahead than the tanneries. Because of that, no, to fulfill the buyer requirement, we are simply based on import. The way we have leather, at the same time, we are on import based leather. And the kind of certification we could have, we are much behind because of our respect to environment. And for me, is the commitment to the sector.
Oh, thank you. And regarding the commitment, actually, all the things of development and all the things of doing or contributing to your planet and people, actually the commitments. So, if I understand correctly, our perception or the investment from the private sector concerning the environment are the core limitation we have considering the tannery industries. But we have a different scenario in the footwear and the leather goods because they are promising and they are growing up day by day. So let us focus on the different side of scenario. Some few private sector tanneries are doing well. Can you elaborate how they are doing in a different way with these raw materials, or how they are managing their reputation from Bangladesh?
See, fortunately, unfortunately, the private sector, SME, MME in Bangladesh are doing great. All the garment sector are fully private sector. Nothing of them are controlled by the government. But unfortunately, the Hazaribagh scenario transferred to Himayatpur, it was a burden for the government. They have taken the responsibility, but at the same time, without knowing the responsibility, I should say, it was under basic. They are much capable for land development, but the CETP, ETP, solid management, water waste management, pollution control, and respect to environment in the perspective of international standard, they were not aware of. And the branding, which start from certification, are being missed out over there. So the private tanneries in Chittagong, in Joshore, in Khulna, even in Gazipur, even in some other areas, are with their initial low dedication commitment, they are certified. If I'm not wrong, 7 of the industries in Bangladesh are LWG certified, one of maybe SLF certified, but our tanneries, after shifting in the Himayatpur, are far behind of thinking. The business is going on in a very low profitable margin and in a very irrespective way to the environment. So dedication, commitment from the industry owner, proprietor, our industry ministry, our Ministry of Commerce, our Ministry of Environment, or the technical people available in Bangladesh, we are not able to combine together to fulfill our commitment of the transfer of this sector. I am sorry, maybe it is not very harsh, but is fact.
Thank you, Mr. Afzal, for being so straight to this problem or the opportunities, I should say. But If I can summarize the entire discussion or the perception you shared with just by this question. So ultimately, we have the both positive and the negative cases, but the thing is that there is some gaps. How we can be connected with the gaps with some solutions, rather some complaining to each other, or sometimes from my perception also I see that the industry stakeholders are not well connected in terms of the connection in within the policy structure. We have, let me also be so critical that we have several quality policies and the policies as a whole in Bangladesh. Very good number of policies we have, but in terms of implementation of the policies, I doubt in line with you actually. So observing your experience with many regions, being an LWG auditor, so you visited many regions, many tanneries. So what do you feel that what is their commitment that we need to follow actually at this moment to uplift this industry?
I was very fortunate to move around the world, and fortunately, I could see many of the leather industries, footwear, and leather industry means until the waste management. So, in perspective Bangladesh, tannery, if I say no, business mean is the sustainability. But in Bangladesh, I am so sorry to speak no. In Bangladesh perspective, maybe business means profit. But profit means what? It comes to the sustainability, no? Today, the way we are making our leather, and we are making only leather. We are producing only leather. But the waste generation from that tanneries or particular industries, no, ends with its liquid and waste management, where we were not thinking maybe. And if you speak or if the people they speak, no, yes, we are aware of, but it is only in the meeting, only in the ministries. In point of implementation, even I speak the CTP we made, no, it was not been studied in respect to technology, in respect to green technology. The life cycle of the total leather sector was been missing. The solid waste management was not in concern. Even then, no, with this our premium raw quality, we are producing the leather quality, the finished leather or class leather is world class. But in the backward, no, our liquid management, solid waste management, minimization, upgradation of technology, chemical selection, it is not in a standard. See the other countries, though, commitment to environment is the first. See, COP29 is going on. Whatever we speak, we see, the fossil fuel should be stopped because fossil fuel is not the suitable for our world. We have only world, only one world. So to sustain this, available fossil fuel, we are going to stop, or we have decided to reduce 40%, 30% in the next stage. So same way, if we see of our making leather in Bangladesh, we are only producing leather, but we are not thinking how to minimize solid waste, liquid waste, air pollution, health of the workers, future business, what should we do tomorrow, next day. So maybe the long vision are been missing from our whole site. Only we are thinking of making some of the business. Maybe you also have this same opinion like me.
Yes, I do completely agree with you, Mr. Afzal, that yes, you need profit to run your wheels, but you need to commitment for the entire people and planet also. So following the European rules and regulations that is coming down to Bangladesh because of its significance, that we are mostly dependent to the European Union market for our apparel or the leather footwear export. Around, if I'm not wrong, around 55% of our goods are exported to the EU market, and they're coming with several rules and regulations like the European Green Deal, European Strategy for Sustainable Textile and Apparel, and CSDDD and CSRD. So this indicates that our industry should address this kind of initiatives from this time, because otherwise when these rules and regulation will be implemented, so that will be a entire or a all of sudden earthquake to our all industries. So I should endorse your speech or your spirit in that way, that from leather industry perspective, we need to focus on the resource efficiency issues, the waste management issues. We need to focus on the renewable energy, which is very much crucial for the sustainability of the industry. We need to be more competitive to compete with other countries, and also the overally, if we can consider the traceability and circular economy is the core of European attention at this moment. So we need that focus also. And good point is that Bangladesh is having some such um, transformation or support of transformation through the development partners, even the government, through experts like you and many others in the country. So how do you conclude this discussion that with a small hope for the future, that how this industry can uh, fight back in a better way in terms of employing a greater number of human with respect and ensuring the resource efficiency issues for the tanneries as well the footwear industries?
See, it's very difficult to conclude in some of the sentences. Earlier I said, no, we are developing. The speed must be much more higher. It should be speedier. See, if you think of European Union or European countries, no, research and development, everything they're doing. But the technology of adaptation of their technology in our country without our research is very difficult for us now. If you see the production of leather and technology, it is much more what we were doing maybe last 20 years, 10 years. We have changed, but it can be much more significant. For me, I should say no, without a drastic change, it might not be very fruitful. Only producing leather, neglecting, overlooking, or hiding our these pollution problems, I am much worried about to reach our goal. And the tannery owners, our expert technologists from our leather institute or from the Kuwait, the combination of the our environmental policy need to be little adjusted, go together, have a vision, have a commitment, and finally dedication to this commitment with a strong time frame. We must do, and we have to do these three things. And no, if we say no, in the theoretically we follow 3R. For me, is a 5R. First of all, we have to reduce our whatever the input we give to the tannery as in chemicals. Can you reduce? Can you reduce our water? Can you make conservation of the water? Can you think of the different way of energy using? The resources we have, can you combine? These all questions, though, we have to sit down in a strong, responsible technical committee with the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Industry, Tannery Association. We have a limited company who are responsible for the CETP. All together, we have to speak. The problem is very identified of the leather sector. Solutions are available around the world. We have to find which is suitable to our country with respect to investment. And since this is the fully depend on our raw materials with this big advantage, how far we can go, set the goal, set the time frame, and it is very much possible if we start from our next moment with dedication of all the stakeholders. Even many of the NGOs are working, they have knowledge of outer world, they are speaking on many seminars, giving guidelines. We must follow from the tannery owners side how we can incorporate that technology with our technical skilled people from tanneries, from the footwear, from the goods factories, together with our consultants. And fortunately, I have visited not less than 30 successful CTP around the world, waste management. Then we have to follow ZDH regulation. Even some of the country, they follow ZSD, zero solid discharge, incorporate. And I am very hopeful, maybe not tomorrow, if we start from tomorrow, we can. And we have to do it for our sake of our next generation, make a sustainable Bangladesh leather sector.
Thank you so much, and we are very committed and hopeful, like we with you, that we have to act. I should say practically, realistically, and we have to collaborate with all stakeholders and collaborators. Otherwise, the standalone efforts could not save this in the industry. So, this is the discussion we have today.
I
and
have to add one more in the middle, no? See, last few years, at least we are discussing. This is a big positive side, but it has to be a little more loud. Whoever we are aware, we have to raise our voice to the commitment. We will do it. We have to do it. Thank you so much.
Thank
Mr.
you, sir.
Asadun.
Thank you so much, Mr. Afzal. And we came to the end of this discussion. And this is your host today, Asadun Noor. I used to work for UNIDO, United Nations Industrial Development Organization. And thank you for having us. And thank you for your kind patience watching this show. So let's talk footwear, leather and footwear talk, organized by Footwear Exchange. Wish you all the best for the upcoming sessions. Thank you.
From my side, yes, I want to thanks to them that with the talk, with the Footwear Exchange, hope they will continue in a more broad aspect, even with the government agencies. And thank you so much. Thank you.